let me give you two different examples of exceptional in the art world, okay? Both of them are from completely different areas in the art world.
One is from Vancouver, the other one's from Canada.
You're so stupid. So, I have in my hand two books. Two very cool books. Now, the reason why I have these two books is because two artists that one that I very intimately, very personally know is in this book. And one that I have worked with and know via association, via YouTube, is in
Facebook
this
friends.
book. We're not, I don't think we're Facebook. I don't like Facebook. I don't do Facebook. Don't ask me to do Facebook. I'm not doing it. So both of these are art books, art related. This one is from the traditional fine art community worldwide. This one is from the pouring art community that's been created by YouTube. We're gonna start with this one. This book I ordered for a very specific reason. This book is a catalog of the London Biennale 2017 show at Chelsea Old Town Hall. Now the reason why I ordered this, there's a couple of reasons, but this show is kind of it's a monumental international show in the fine art community for someone who is up and coming, for someone who is trying to make a name for themselves on the scene. So getting into this show is like doors opening for museum exhibits, okay? Now, my whole thing about my art has kind of always been, besides I wanted to be able to support myself and do what I wanted to do and have all the freedom, but I really want to create a series or paintings that people walk into a museum, which I know it's kind of a lofty goal, but hey, it's a goal. That people walk into a museum and they're so moved by it that they have to stand with it or sit with it and really take it all in. I want to be moved. I want to be moved when I walk into a museum, and I want, if I ever have the opportunity to be in a museum, I want that art to move people. That's what my goal is. It has to be beautiful and it has to speak to them. So this show is juried by the International Confederation of Art Critics. It's a big deal, y'all. Like it's such a big deal that this happens annually every year in the hub in London, because that's a real hub for international artists. Only 120 artists get accepted into the show. And this year they came from 40 different nations, okay? 20 of these artists were Americans. Every artist gets their own page. It's set up to let you know what the title of the piece is, their name, the title of the piece, how big it is, what medium it was created on, what substrate, and what country they came from. It is a beautifully bound catalog. It's just gorgeous. I love books with just pictures, don't you, Saress? Mm-hmm. And I look through here,
hurt my head as much.
And of course there are images that I think I don't understand that, but I've also learned to not judge it, because I would have never come up with that. It would have never crossed my mind to paint this. It would have never crossed my mind to paint this. I would have to look deeper. And looking deeper into things we don't understand is sometimes something we don't like to do. So, you know, there's sculptures, there's fine, I mean, this is a painting. That's exquisite. Now, I don't know why she's holding a chicken, but that's exquisite. No, that's photography. Sorry. Well, from here it looks like, I've seen paintings that look that real. All kinds of things. But if we flip through here, non-judgmentally, this is actually one of my favorite pieces.
I like that a lot too.
It feels high-end to me. It feels, what is that fancy, what is that really expensive car? Aston Martin. It feels Aston Martin to me. It feels very classy to me. It feels gold cufflinks to me. It feels just very high-end. I don't know why it makes me feel that way, but I absolutely love this painting. I absolutely love this painting. This page right here is why I bought this book. I know it's probably not going to photograph well because it's a white painting on a white page with very light gray lettering. But the name is Kay Griffith. That's my mentor, Miss Kay. This is the woman who works with me on the daily to improve my color understanding, to improve my photorealism, and now she's helping me stretch into Impressionism and Expressionism. She is a very accomplished photorealist who knows that she is called to paint abstract, and that's what she does on the international scene, is abstract. So it's the best of both worlds for me. So this is abstract U153, whatever. Skip that. The cool thing about this, guys, is that there's a couple of things. The art world, in the fine art world, is still dominated mainly by men. People still mainly collect men's art. Some of the excuses is because a woman can get distracted with family and things, and a woman is more likely to quit painting than a man is. Well, I think that's bullshit, especially in this day and age, because we have the capacity of being anything we want. Think about all the great masters. Who are they? And let me tell you a little secret. Do you know why you know who Georgia O'Keeffe is? It's because her husband was a famous artist who ran in all those circles. Now you guys can say whatever you want about that information. She was incredibly gifted, but she had her foot in the door with all those other artists, which is why she got the attention she got. So not only is Miss Kay a very strong, very highly educated, nearly PhD, she's like Sheldon from Big Bang Theory smart. I'm here to tell you, she's brilliant. But she's also a Texan, and there's still a stigma that says no good art comes out of Texas. It has to come from New York or Miami or California. No good art comes out of Texas. Guess what, y'all? They invited her to apply. She didn't just apply. The International Confederation of Art Critics reached out to her, said they saw her work in another show and asked her specifically to apply to these shows, which she does. She has now been featured in museums across the world, including the Museum of Contemporary Art in Tokyo, Japan, which is just like the one in New York, you guys. So her artwork is finally being respected across the globe for what it is. Exceptional, okay? She could have chose mediocre. She could have just stuck with painting the little things in the shop that she knew would sell, because she owns a gallery in Salado. Salado is still kind of a country, you know, buy a wagon wheel, buy a bluebonnet painting, and there's nothing wrong with that. But she chose to get out of her comfort zone. She gets ridiculed in that town because of these accomplishments, okay? Because they can't believe it. They still can't believe it that she's been able to do this on her own with no support. So this is an example of exceptional. This book is another example of something exceptional in the arts. Completely different ends of the spectrum, but look at this name, Nicky James Burch. You should, is that a familiar name to you? If you watch any of the core channels at all other than me, which I think you should, but I think you should binge watch mine. You should know Nicky James Burch. She does things a lot differently than we do. She doesn't talk, she just simply pours, gets to the point, doesn't, you know, but she comes up with beautiful paintings. Nicky took 6-8 weeks out of her life this year and produced this book, and she got published by Leisure Arts. So if you want to get a copy of this book, you can go to leisurearts.com. The book itself is $12.99 in US, $15.99 in Canada. You guys go order this book and show her some love, because she put her heart and soul into this. If we get a few likes on here and a bunch of comments, we'll go through, pick the greatest comments, and we'll send you a copy of the book. Anyway, Nicky goes through here, and let's just flip through this. Nicky goes through here and gives several examples of how to do certain things step by step. It's really cool. Now, I love books. Chase says that books are old people's Instagram. Go ahead and leave some comments in below for him on that one because, look, I remember a time with only 4 channels on the TV, okay? There was no computers in your house. If you wanted to be entertained, you had to go outside and play in the dirt, okay? So this to me is really, really cool. Very cool. So anyhow, she does all kinds of cool stuff in here. And you might not even need this information, but I think you should go get the book and support her because I'm sure she's getting a commission on this. Oh, and she was kind enough to ask a few of us to submit photos to be in here. She included Karen Goodrich. She included her daughter, Lauren Burch, and she's at Luray Studios. She included Melody. Melody does really cool stuff. she's a little bit different in the poor world. She does big pieces. She included Rick Cheadle. You guys know I'm fond of Rick Cheadle. He's a citizen. Rick Cheadle also has a couple of books out, and his books can be found on Amazon and Walmart. I found that out because I was looking for this one. Ann Osborne and Bianca Gaspard. And then look at this! I got a whole page. You know how I tell you that luck has nothing to do with certain things? Well, in this situation, I just got lucky. She asked me to be in the book. I said, sure, whatever, okay. I had no idea it was gonna be this cool. So there you are, I'm published. And the funny part of it is that there's a few typos in here.
I never get any credit. Never. Never.
Stace, you're in here.
They always get my name wrong.
Stace, you're in here.
The lady at the post office yesterday called me Trevor. Or no, Travis. It was Travis.
She called you Travis?
Yeah, Travis.
Oh my God. Well, in this book, they called you Saress. It says Rio of the mother and son duo Rio and Saress. Has been on a quest for color ever since she was given her first box of crayons. That is so true. This part, me being in here, is not exceptional. I did nothing to deserve this. But Nicky putting this book out and busting her ass is incredibly exceptional. You guys go to her channel and give her some support. Tell her congratulations. Order the book. It's a cool thing to have. It just proves that it's possible. So now it's up to you. Do you choose mediocre or do you choose exceptional? Because those are really the only 2 words that matter. Ciao.